Hey, so I wanted to talk a little bit about a dream that I had not long ago. It was about 2 weeks ago, maybe a week and a half ago. Uh, so, a friend of mine and I were talking about the connection between the Greek goddess Athena and the British goddess Britannia. Britannia is essentially well, when you say Rule Britannia, the song Rule Britannia is about that goddess. Britannia is this basically goddess of the sea, goddess of wisdom, goddess of war. Um, and there are many links between Athena and Minerva and uh, Britannia. Now, if you actually do the research, you can find links between all of those goddesses and the Hindu goddess uh, Saraswati, who is the goddess of water and of wisdom. Water in Jungian psychology actually represents the unconscious mind, by the way, which is an interesting fact. So the same night that my friend and I were discussing this, he actually told me, "Sleep on it. Maybe you'll have some information revealed to you in a dream." And that night, I did have a dream that was pretty revealing. The dream that I had, uh, the beginning was a little frantic and chaotic. I was in this city. It was mostly empty, but it was clear there were like vampires and werewolves and military operatives going around. The city was pretty vacant and almost post-apocalyptic, but it was like freshly abandoned. And there were lights on, and cars were not broken down. They were just left in the middle of the street. And there were fireworks going off all over the city. It was nighttime, and there were fireworks going off all over the city. So at some point, I entered into a skyscraper, and I started. I don't know where this woman came from, but there was a woman there. I never heard her name, uh, never heard her say her name, but I felt this like intense familiarity with her. And she and I got into the elevator and began going up this huge, tall skyscraper. And we were like going up in the elevator for like 2 hours and had to face off against, monsters and military that were trying to stop us from getting to the top by like being on each floor and pushing buttons and stuff. Um, and at some point, I finally did get to the very top of the skyscraper, and she wasn't with me. She didn't get off of the elevator with me. She just, guided me up in the elevator. And I had this big battle with military operatives who apparently had also been, colluding with the vampires, which is weird because they're supposed to be fighting the vampires, right? Well, I looked after waking up. I did some thinking about this, and I was like, "That is actually very meaningful, especially given the conversation I had last night." This goddess of wisdom guided me up to my final battle to reveal that there was collusion between two people or two factions who are supposed to be enemies. Um, but it was a very interesting dream, and it was very interesting how it happened immediately after I had this conversation about the goddess of wisdom with that friend. Anyway, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Peace.